I wish the
That would
Kodiak
be
had an anchor, so I didn't just float.
Yeah, mall as well.
We are starting on the water, huh?
Oh yeah, we're forcing you to take amphibs.
Resistance is
I
futile.
should put my gear up, probably. Ooh.
Man, I really, really, really hope water physics is better.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Just so bouncy.
Let's see. Yeah, definitely. And I noticed a huge difference, like between, oh, somebody's got the Riviera. Look at that. Between, default and non-default, float planes. Definitely a huge difference. Yeah, definitely a huge difference. Right.
Yeah, but what is better, default or non-default?
Non-default, way better.
Really?
Default, like bounce on the water, like incredibly crazy.
Yeah, but the mall bounces as well.
Yeah, but no. You tried the Beaver without the mod, without the Gap Friends mod on it? Oh my god, that thing is like freaking skipping a rock across the water. it's
I've ever flown the Beaver as amphib. I've flown it quite a bit actually, but always with wheels.
it is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, it's not great.
No. Let's see. Oh, there we go. All right, let's get some stuff happening here. Oh.
I finally updated a little nav map. I was 4 or 5 months behind, so all my aircraft tracks look different. It doesn't remind me to update it every time I install or open it. I was on last year's version of Flow. Uploaded that, updated that.
Water.
The hell? Jesus Christ, everything's being done this morning.
Really?
Okay.
Maybe I got that. Yep, there we go.
There, now I've got water under control. That's better. Okay. Let's see.
Hey, Wolf.
Morning.
Morning.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see. I think this is my water rudder right here. I believe it is. That'd be water rudder. There we go. Good, that's that. There we go. Actually, do this as flat as possible, so we need the flats all the way up. Yep. Oh, no. Oh, maybe one down. Cool.
Now we come back up one.
Unfortunately, I see the Kodiak on wheels and not floats, but
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I have a livery, probably.
here. Everything else is looking pretty good.
what's the deal here? Why is this thing not?
Oh my gosh. Got freaking 13 knot winds.
I was gonna say, dude, my this. I was
No
like, why
wonder.
can I not turn the aircraft around? And it's like,
Yeah. Cause you got a freaking hurricane blowing in on you. That's why.
right? Yeah, it's like Jesus Christ. It's acting like a big old windsock.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Gotta
got
put the power on
yeah.
that thing to turn it around.
tailwind now, so I gotta turn around here. Yeah, it's just wind veining really, really bad.
Yeah. As long as I got room to take off, I'm good.
Yeah, once I get
Figure out the
It's-
rest later.
Yep.
My plan. Good to go. Yeah.
See, icy's here. It's cool.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Morning.
sir. How you doing?
Good, how y'all doing?
Good.
Gotta get my controls set up. If I'm blocking anybody, I apologize.
Oh, you're good.
I have to get my controls. I haven't flown this thing in a while.
I'm just floating in circles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to get myself into the wind here, so it seems to be okay. Once I get the nose into it, it seems to be sticking pretty good.
Oh god, how do I shut that voice up?
Oh, gear up for water landing.
Yeah, I know the
So-
gear's up, you dummy. I know.
You gotta
I
hit the
can't
little
remember if-
button next to the blue, regarding the Kodiak, at least.
Yeah,
Right next
yeah.
to the cancel button's right next to the gear indicator lights.
a little four-way fucking.
God, I haven't
Yeah.
flown this in forever. It's so bad.
It's right below the middle screen, right below on the right.
Just don't over torque and blow your engine. You'll be okay.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, I remember that now. Oh boy.
Although I did see a script for Flow last night that lets you reset the blown engine on the Kodiak, which is nice.
Oh, I need to get that.
Yeah. It's the only other way to reset is you have to go back to the main menu. Hopefully they fix that when they get the tablet
Uh-oh.
implemented.
Damn it, I can't get that to work either. Okay, I'm gonna have to cancel using that. I bought this Tobii eye tracker and I'm pissed because it's just not working out for me.
Yeah, Toby didn't work for me either.
It's my screen setup is so big and then my yoke gets in the way and I'm trying to mount it on the bottom and on the top and it's
Yeah.
just no good.
Same
It's a
here.
real shame.
If my screen was a lot smaller and stuff wasn't in the way, it would be perfect, but nope, doesn't work.
Yeah.
Basically, my track IR little pickup module is like 2 feet above my head, so
Well,
Mm-hmm.
if everyone's ready to go, we can begin.
Copy.
cool.
I don't know what 9.
It's gonna be bumpy. Just looking at the waves on the water, it's gonna be bumpy.
Real choppy.
You guys all facing into the wind, yeah?
As
Yeah.
best as we can.
Not yet, but soon, I hope.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, man, just the
Yep, I'm clear. Maybe.
get the RPMs back a little bit, so we're not redlining.
Throttle power. What the fudge?
It's in pitch latch. Because it starts with a flat pitch. I see, that's why. If you're not getting a forward momentum, more than likely that's what's going
Yeah.
on.
And I'm also forgot how I set my Bravo up for it, and now I remember. Thanks.
I think if you
Oh, you know what? It's not working. That's
take
not
it
working.
just back into reverse just a little bit and then back forward, I think it unlatches itself.
Okay.
I think. It's been
Yeah,
a while
that's
since
what I
I
did.
flew it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I think I know the problem. I'm in low idle. Need to go back to recurrent training in this thing.
Right.
Beast. No, it's dead. It just won't. Oh, I think I see a problem. Oh, dude, what the hell? Can't get the, can't get my cutoff to stay. Something's fucking it up.
Ugh, Jesus.
There we go. That's what I needed.
Yeah, I know don't sink. I'm not the one that's trying to drive us into the ground, autopilot. Oh my
That sounds
god.
like-
What is
No.
happening?
4 o'clock there, Wolf.
Copy.
What
Still
the
having autopilot
fuck?
problems?
Autopilot. I wasn't earlier.
Why am I not getting any power? I'm getting no torque out of this thing, and I've got the thing firewalled.
Did you bring it back into reverse first and then forward? That
Yeah.
prop is still flat, probably flat pitched, would be my guess.
It's not coming out of it, I guess. I can't get it to do anything. God damn it. Why does this have to be so difficult?
I'm gonna swing back there, Wolf.
Copy.
Look him up.
Oh, I had to feather the prop. Never mind.
Gotcha. Yeah, I can't fucking. It's been so long since I flew the amphib. It's like I've kind of forgotten the process and how you do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's the prop.
That was a sketchy takeoff. My trim wheel
Yeah,
was
the
all
water.
the way forward when I took off. And I didn't set it like that.
It would help if the water physics were better too, wouldn't it?
Right.
Yeah. Bouncing you around.
Oh, it's terrible, isn't it?
Just blew my engine on takeoff trying to get out over those trees.
Looks like you're pretty solid now, Icy.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. Alright. Mhm. Oh, damn it.
What's up?
Forgot to test the autopilot in this thing.
Rip.
Blah, blah. Turn it on, you hear that little buzzer. Beep.
Oh, yeah.
You suck. There we go.
Let's see. That's how. I can't remember who the hell it was. Waffler? It's fucking livery for the amphib is messed up.
That one of the new one. That was that one of the ones he put out for like the. Is that the red one?
He's got a bunch of different ones. He's got like a metal one that's got a bunch of accent colors, and he's got a few different solid color variants that he did. But the The amphib version is missing the water rudder handle, so I don't have anything bound to water rudder, so I couldn't drop it. So I think he's might have the wrong cockpit file in there.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, jeez. Don't go back to the menu to change anything or it'll shut you down. Come on.
No, really?
Come on, Flight Sim. Damn you, Asobo. Like, we're trying to kill you.
All day long.
Alright, let's see if we can... We're gliding.
Sounds like a SWS issue. So I don't think any of the other planes do that.
It does it for every plane that Marisa flies. If she goes to the menu, it'll cut her mixture.
Really?
Active pause or
Yeah,
go to the
yeah.
escape menu, it'll cut their mixture on any plane. We were talking about it earlier during Australia leg.
Interesting.
But Wayland did say that we should try a FADEC controlled plane. See what happens there.
Huh.
But
So
I don't
you're
know.
saying you're doing active pause and it cuts your mixture, or is it the when you go hit escape?
It's both for Marisa.
Yeah. I get escape. I don't do active pause, but escape does it for me. Oh well.
They have just done that in the mall.
Yeah, I just did that and it didn't
No,
mess with anything. I wonder what
Really?
would cause that. Yeah. I wonder if there's
Huh.
something in the menus potentially that's set that's causing them to reset like that.
Well, I mean, like they've checked all of our bindings, all of her menus, and they're all exactly the same as mine. And mine does it. Mine doesn't do it, and hers does.
That's really weird.
Yeah.
as I said, I think mine did it a few sim updates before ago. I remember not with escape, but with active pause. It
Yeah.
would kill the engine when I did hit active pause, but it's not been doing that for quite some time.
Well,
Yeah.
for what it's worth, let me see here. Let me take a look here.
Yeah, you know, like I know in the like, if you were to take like prepared or FSX or something, they had an option in there where it would mute the audio when you went to a different screen or something like that, right?
Sure.
When you
Yeah.
took the focus away, and I wonder if it's similar to that. And like you're saying, well, if it's in the settings or it's in a in the what is that one called?
Yeah, I wonder. That is.
Yeah, that.
I know what
There's
you're
that
talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think it would be a Windows thing that takes focus away unless the sim's supposed to always be on top.
I'm running in full screen as well, not windowed mode.
Yeah, same here.
Seems like it would be something. I mean, if it's going to be an in-sim thing, it would seem like it would be something with the assistance options.
Yeah, that's what that was the menu. I'm sorry. That was
Yeah,
the one I was
yeah.
thinking of, assistance. I couldn't think of the word.
Yeah, yeah.
A little slow today.
Well, it's an odd way to assist you by killing your engine, but
Yeah.
okay.
Right.
Yeah, it's assisting me to die.
So I just tried mine, and mine is fine. But there's a caveat. I've got everything set as full realistic. So
Well, so it looks like, and I don't know, I'd have to look at this and install it, but somebody just put out a a mod, I don't 2 months ago for Flow that has like all the sim quick settings in it. You just pull it up, and so you don't have to go back to the escape menu. I'm not
Oh.
sure what all is in there, but I'll have to look. But it's under
Can you
the Flow
post the
Pro.
link
Yeah, one sec.
in the voice chat?
Yeah, one sec.
Thank you. That's cool.
Uh-huh.
Check it out. I'll be doing some other GA flying today probably, so
Let me see
check it
here.
out. I also need to fly a bit of that Angry 27.
Okay, so okay, I posted it in the voice
Perfect.
channel chat there.
Okay, thanks. Let's see. Oh, cool. Huh.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been a while since I've even looked at those because Parallel 42 has kind of made a lot of them redundant with their updates. But I saw that one and I was like, oh, that's actually pretty cool.
Nice.
So I was just looking at it yesterday. I was looking at a load manager for the longitude, but there isn't one.
Yeah, that is pretty nifty. Like it.
A load manager, eh?
Well, you know, like there was a guy that made a load manager that covered like the default 787 and like the ATRs and stuff like that and whatnot, so you could just import your sim brief and then it would pull that and it would automatically load.
Oh, yeah, I have that one. I have that one. Yep.
You know, but it only covers like 4 or 5 aircraft, and I was just wondering if he had expanded it at all, and it doesn't look like he has. So I was like,
I wonder
whatever.
if I wonder if it's related to how, because that thing does all that stuff in the G5000. Well, really the G3000, but that plane actually in real life flies the 5000. If I'm correct.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, but you still have to go in and add the weights
I know.
and stuff through.
Yeah,
which
it's just
I'm like, but whatever.
yeah. I mean, it's a process that it's fun to do occasionally, but it's repetitive and
Right.
don't
When you
have a
get
lot of
so
time.
used to being able to automate a lot of that stuff with the bigger jets and whatnot.
Yeah. I forgot how cool this plane is, though.
Yeah, I really want to know what's going on because we were supposed to get an update this week on the Kodiaks and we still haven't. And I'm still asking. I just asked again in the tester Discord and they're lip sealed. They won't even acknowledge the question.
Interesting. Well, I mean,
Like, come on, guys. That's
are
I
you
mean,
talking about the 900?
100 and the 900. They won't talk
Okay.
about either of them,
Huh.
which is
Interesting.
yeah, it's interesting. So
Yeah. 2024.
yeah, I think. Well, like I said, when FSE when they were doing that presentation, there was like a 2-second clip, and I swear to God, because it was like, and here are our devs out in the field doing testing on real-world aircraft, and I swear to God, there was like a 2-second clip of them working on a Kodiak, and I haven't been able to find it since. I haven't been able to go back and find it. But
I think we have our
anyway.
answer.
Yeah, it's really weird because me and some of the other testers have been kind of like joking, like nudging them and stuff for weeks, and they won't say anything. So I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep. That's NDA.
yeah. I'm just surprised that they're like, we can't even. Well, I know why they're doing it, because they're like, they don't want anybody potentially to even go, oh, SWS is working on the new sim. They're putting an aircraft in the new sim. If they even tell us testers, we can't talk about it. So
Yeah, it's less stuff that.
yeah, it's just
less
easier just to not even
leakage.
acknowledge it. Yeah,
Yeah, we've
So.
had testers leak stuff, unfortunately,
yeah.
in the past. Okay.
speed up a bit here. There we go.
What do you get for a ground speed?
Well, I'm way back on the throttle right now, so I'm gonna bring it forward and see what we can do here. Yeah.
Oh, you're in the. Oh, you're in the Beaver.
Yeah.
I most flew that today, but
I still really like this aircraft. I would like to have the 750 in here, but aside from that,
agreed. Is that an
just not a-
encrypted plane?
I don't think so. Is it?
Yeah,
I don't
'cause
know.
It came with because that's a black sun. What the? I always get their names screwed. Black Hawk.
Oh,
Milviz.
yeah, Milviz or Raven or whatever the heck they are
yeah.
now. I mean, got friends they did the performance mods and they did a tablet in here. So, with an
Right.
expanded tablet, so I don't know.
Cause that might be a fun little project.
That's
Yeah,
the only thing I would like in here. And I've seen somebody put a tablet on the overhead too, but it was just too big, and it's like somebody stuck an iPad kind of like up in the upper left that was hanging on the top of the ceiling there.
But
it
that
was
thing's
just-
got the 530 in the panel, right?
yeah, 430, 530 in it.
Yeah, I bet there's room to, because like PMS supplies the actual artwork for that, like the 3D model, and you could do a model merge and actually make it work. I've got a crazy idea I want to do, and I'm gonna do it. Oh, I may start working on it.
What would
But,
actually be cool is to put the 650 and the 750. So pull the. Could you do that?
what did I
I'm
hit?
gonna say you could replace the transponder and put that into a 650. Well, okay, no, maybe it would fit. So
Hey,
you could.
share your screen. Would you Can you do a screen share for a sec?
Yeah, let me see if I can get this.
If it doesn't
so
mess you up.
Yeah, that's why I'm just trying to get her trimmed out. But there's so much turbulence up here right now that I'm. Hold on,
Don't worry
okay.
about it.
No, I'm
Don't
good.
worry about it. I just
I'm
wanted
good.
us
I
to
got
take
it.
a peek.
I got it. Share screen. This one.
Yeah, I want to mod the 172, or I mean the 182, and put the. I want to.
Alright.
I want to do that with the 750 and the G3X,
It should be up now.
just because it's different. Okay. Oh yeah, there's plenty of room there. Yeah, you could fit it without moving anything. You swap those two and just do a 750 and not a 650 as well.
Well, you could take that audio panel out that's above the 530 because the 750 would combine the audio panel and the nav.
That's true.
So
it'd
you
be
wouldn't
tight.
need that. Then you could probably put a 650 below it, or you could put a blanking plate and maybe put the 650 down
it
where
right
the
there.
transponder and the autopilot are, maybe.
Um,
And maybe you could stick an autopilot underneath the 750, like the kind of like the one that's in the Cubs, maybe. Instead of
the
this
thing
one,
with
but-
model merge, you want to do the simplest thing possible,
Yeah, I get that.
and in this case, plus just getting the old stuff out of there. I haven't done the process, so I'd have to look at all the different information about how to do it.
Yeah.
Means pinging easy.
Right. I've been
He's
trying.
actually
to,
already got that stuff, but he's got some of that documented.
I've been trying to get him to put a 750 in the
Beaver?
no in the Cub, in his Cub. I
I think the
I hate
650.
well, even a 650, like I hate dealing with the 530s and the 430s. I just worked with them for so many years, real world, and I hate them. I'm like, I want the touch screens and all the extra goody stuff that's in there. But
Yeah.
I just don't know how to even use them. It's just frustrating to use them.
what, the 430 and the 530?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they're a bit clunky to get around. Once you kind of figure out what dials do what and kind of how to, but yeah, they're kind of a pain in the ass. They were great for, you know, when they were new and stuff, you know, considering what they replaced, but it's just that stuff's all been streamlined with newer models and things like that. And there's so much
Yeah.
more information you can get on, you know, the 650 and 750.
Yep.
So,
I like them. I'm just
Yeah, I'm
old school.
still kind of a purist sometimes because I've
Yeah.
spent so many years flying that damn thing in various
Yeah.
sims.
no, I get it. I mean,
And you're right. You're totally right. I'm with you. I prefer the touchscreens now too. But sometimes it's fun to go old school. But yeah, I think like his Cub, like he put that era in there, and I'm like, why didn't you put the 650 in there? I mean, the PMS actually has the bezel and everything in 3D. It's part of the package. They show that he's got documentation on how to do it.
right.
Well,
I
sort of.
showed him a really cool real world Cub that's got I don't know if it's a 650,
Yeah, I think
but
it's
it's
that.
but it's
5
got the
something.
E3X and like it's kind of like it's like an audio transponder panel, but
Yeah,
it's
it's
almost
on the right.
Yeah,
I know
it's
which one
like
you're
if
talking
you could
about.
do something like this as an alternate to what yours is. I was like, I'm like trying to. I was like, I really like yours. Don't get me wrong, but I really like having all the information too. And I was like, I would love to have the new G3X and, you know, a navigation radio in it. I was like, because I really do enjoy flying it. I was like, you've done an awesome job. But I was like, if you could make an alternate glass version, I would fly this thing everywhere.
Well, that's the idea. I mean, if you were doing it for real, that's what you'd want if you could afford it.
Right. So
Why is
yeah,
this
I bug him every once in a while about it.
What's a glass cockpit, Garmin glass cockpit? Is that 30, 40?
Oh Jesus! Well, like a 750, a brand new 750, is gonna cost you like 17, 18K before install.
Yeah, I was guessing about 15. So yeah, yeah, that's the reason I said like a G3X or G1000. That's got to be at least 30 to 40,
Yeah.
at least, if not more.
I mean, you can probably get. It depends on who you go through for your. Who's doing the install and stuff like that. You know, you can probably work
Yeah.
it so it's, you know, with labor and install and stuff like that. I mean, obviously you can get a little bit of a cut on that, but still, it's crazy. Like even modern avionics are just. I mean, anything. It's anything you know is just it's so expensive.
Yeah, you
Like-
go get a Cessna 140 or something, you know, for 50, 60, $70,000, and then you spend 20 grand on electronics. to put
Right,
in it.
yeah. Yeah, it's kind of nuts.
I want to mod the 170, but it's encrypted.
Bummer.
Yeah, I know it sucks.
I like Sal's. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's very good.
It just needs a little bit of texture work, I think.
It
Get
it does. It needs good like PB. It needs AO and all that
And I
stuff.
thought
I've
that
thought about
what's
tinkering
his
with it.
name? I thought what's his name was helping him out with that. I can't think of his name now. There's a guy that does a lot of
Boogaloo?
that. No, it's not Bagaloo.
Sal?
Oh, no. Sal's the one that's building it, but it's what is his name? Son of a bitch. I cannot think. I'm gonna crash, I know it. I think he just jumped in the, I think he just jumped in the SWS Discord recently too. Let me see. Knack. I think it's Knack who might be doing it. I could
Oh,
be
that
wrong.
sounds familiar, that name.
I think it's Knack. I could be wrong, but
Yeah, because doesn't he use Substance?
yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was going to do, is just take that and just do a bake on it and make new AO and all that. I have too many projects going.
He had posted some pictures, and I swear it was Knack. He was doing like a wrinkle paint and stuff mod for the or texture update for the panel for that aircraft, and it looked really fucking good. But I don't know. I'm gonna have to see if I can find it again. I think it's Knack. I could be wrong though.
The other part of that plane that I would like, I mean, the other thing that sets, and this is where Carenado does so well with their visuals, is they get a really good job with the seams of the airframe, or, you know, the skin.
Right.
And that's hard to do it well like they do it.
Right.
It's just time consuming, right? It's a detail type piece for it. But if that's those little things are what set the bar.
Right.
But I mean, for a free plane, I mean, it's super cool. You did a great job.
Yeah.
Doing any plane is involved. It's very involved, especially with the tools, because the tools suck. Okay, the tools for flight are freaking horrible, and they have been for decades. And I don't understand why they can't improve that. Why do you have to make it? It's like, it seems like they're wind up fighting the stuff more, and it's time consuming.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to
Time
see
is
what
money.
if they do anything with the SDK that they're supposed to be showing off to devs in September.
I think part of the problem is staffing. They don't have enough people that complain about it, right? That can, and then a tools department that can really spend the time to make them robust and user friendly.
Oh, here it is. It's Burke. It's Burke. My bad.
Burke. I was trying to think of his name. I was like, is it Herc?
Burke. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's-
I know.
Yeah.
You're
So
talking about.
here, I'll post a picture of one of the update. This was back in May. They posted this. Let's see here. There we go. It's in the chat.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yep.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
that's
see,
nice.
he's got all the, yeah, he did a normal map with the bump mapping on it, the bump map stuff, and then I like the little weathering he did around the edges there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
nice. And
that's
good
super
AO
nice.
too.
Yeah, that's super nice.
Yeah, that's what it needs. Exactly
So
what it
I
needs.
think, yeah, so I think Burke is he's reworking all that stuff, I think, but obviously it's time consuming, so.
Yeah, the finishing work is the, that's the part.
Right.
Now, this is where you can get real nerdy, and if those Phillips heads are all separate meshes, go through and start to turn each one a little bit differently. That's
Right.
that right there is attention to detail. That's
I've
how
never
nerdy
even
I
looked-
like stuff.
I've never even looked at that in an aircraft.
Yeah, like look
Crazy.
at some of the developers and see who does that, and because you're never gonna get them all lined up perfectly in real world.
No.
Yeah.
And so the Kodiak, if you look at the Kodiak, they've done a nice job of some of that.
Yeah, the Beaver all has different clocks on theirs.
Yeah. I love nerdy details like that.
Just for GP, the mall is all the same. And there you go.
Well, and there's also, you know, what's the minimum viable product that you're shooting for, right?
Yep.
Right.
So it's all about investment. So there's that part of it. It's the whole business side of this software shit, you know. Do you want to invest the most time in it, or do you want to get it really good and then move on to something else?
Right.
Bring in more sales if you're trying to make a living.
Yeah, I think it's the difference probably between somebody that really cares about what they're doing and somebody who's trying to make a bit of money.
Correct, yeah. Yeah, like what's his name over at like Coxbird and FS Reborn. I mean, those guys build stuff that they want to build.
Right.
And you can see it in what they do.
Yeah.
They're not out to, you know, make $1 billion. And I believe they have other jobs too. So
I've got the, what is it, the M400? That thing is awesome.
I love that thing. Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
wait for the Phenom. Be like the jet version. Yeah, the
like a-
M500 is beautiful. And I love the little details, like when under load, everything dims, and it's
Yeah, that's
Seriously, like,
crazy.
Like when you freaking get rowdy with it, the pillows in the back bounce around.
yeah, nice touch.
I was like, seriously, I was looking back there. I said, the pillows are in the floor. No freaking way, man.
We should be getting the Citation 10 here before too long. They've got the product page up now.
I saw that, yeah, and they went into beta like on the 30th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
man.
always loved the X. The thing was such a cool aircraft.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
had what was it, the Flight One, who was it, Eagle? What was that developer?
Yeah, it
for
was
FSX?
was it Eagle something? Yeah.
Eagle
Eagle.
Soft?
Yeah, EagleSoft, thanks. Yep, that's it.
EagleSoft.
Yeah, they did the 10. I had that.
So did I. I love that thing.
I used to fly the crap out of it. Oh,
Yeah.
everybody disappeared.
Same
Yep.
here.
Yeah,
Woohoo,
I just
Microsoft.
lost 3 people. Yep, everybody's blinking out.
Major outage.
UDUS, no!
Software glitch.
Damn you, CrowdStrike. Or CloudStrike.
Oh, got you back, 8.
Yeah,
And people are starting to popping back in.
Yep. You're ahead of me again.
Yep, and there is everybody. I mean, I guess it's better than everybody disappearing for the entire session, which used to be pretty
It happened,
troubling.
yeah.
Huh. Still works.
What's up?
Oh, I remembered I had an old Osmo Mobile just sitting on the shelf and it was completely dead. So I thought I'd plug it in and see if it still works, and it sure does.
Yeah, I've got the... Which one is it? I think it's the Pocket 2 is the one I've got.
Yeah, I've got the first gen Osmo Mobile. And it still works. Rest.
I was looking at Pocket 3s, but I'm like, that's not even pocketable anymore. It's like 3
No, it's
times the
huge.
size.
Yeah.
It's massive. I don't know.
Go shoot some video content on it. I would say our halfway point is probably like 12 Mike November or 8 Mike November 3. Let's do 8 Mike November 3 because it's hard surface.
Alright. Oops, I need to switch my fuel. Nope, wrong way. It never fails.
That'll wake you up quick.
Yeah. Never fails. Always flip the wrong way.
I was doing spins with the 152 the other day and just load in at 1,500 feet and then grab the freaking wacky button and, you know, jump it up to like 10 or 12,000.
Mm-hmm.
So I got the mixture pulled out like to the max to keep it running at that altitude
Yeah.
so I could get into the spin. And so once I started spinning, and I, you know, I got into a good one and I started rotating down, and I didn't realize that I had that mixture pulled back so far. And once I dropped like, I don't know, 1,000 feet or 1,200 feet or something,
Killed the engine.
the engine died, yeah. And whether you realize it or not, it is extremely hard to come out of a spin when the engine is dead.
Yeah.
So I wasn't even thinking about it. I was like, man, I've got full opposite rudder, you know, I've got nose pointed down. We should be coming out of this, and it's not coming out of it. And after about a minute, I was like, and then I realized when the prop went by and it stopped for a second, like, you know, just for a second, I was like, oh my god.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah. It's like, how quick can you move?
Right.
I saw a video, I have to go back and find that, where a guy, him and a buddy were flying, and I don't know what kind of plane, it might have been like a kit plane or something, I don't know what it was. But they were fairly low to the ground, you know, 1,500 feet or 1,000 feet or something. And all of a sudden you hear the engine just like start, yeah. And dude was like a lightning bolt, man. He was like hitting buttons and moving things. It was just like, and the next thing you know, he's just like, okay, it's done. I'm not getting this back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was like within like 3 seconds, he had it pointed at the field, and it's like, we're going in. I was like, oh my god, that was unbelievable how fast he was moving.
I mean, have you seen that video of the guy that did the auto rotation landing in the chopper up in the mountains and like landed down in a gravel bar by the river?
Oh yeah, I have seen that.
He's just
that
like,
one was.
don't worry, you're with me, we're fine, and he's just like falling out of the sky slowly with a helicopter.
Yeah.
It's like, I got this.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've been through that a few times or something. I don't know.
As long as you're able to keep forward speed and air moving through the rotor system, it's basically like you're under a parachute. It's just once you pull torque at the bottom to flare it out. That's it, man. So
you get one chance.
Yeah, you only get one chance at it.
Yeah. That's there's no go around.
Yeah, there's no go around for that.
It's fun to watch some of the videos out there. I was watching the Heavy D one where they were down at MD helicopters.
Practice,
with,
yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
500s.
Yeah, that's my favorite helicopter.
Yep.
And yeah, they're just bringing that thing in hot, sliding it on the tarmac.
Yep. Have you been following Cletus and his Consuela?
I know he bought the helicopter. I haven't watched any of those, but they're on my list. I'm getting kind of caught up with some of the various 1,000 channels I watch with aviation.
Yep. Yeah.
It looks fun. I was wondering how long it'd take for them to get one. Because he seemed pretty excited after doing that training, like, we gotta buy one.
Yeah.
If I were to learn fly a chopper, I'd want to learn, and if I could afford one, I'd go with one of those. I know they're more expensive, and they burn fuel, a lot of it, quickly. But it's what you want in a sports car.
It's probably cheaper than a Blackhawk though, so.
Oh, I know, right? That thing's rad too. Landing on the, I saw the one he landed. I think were they
On
down at
the-
Lake Powell or something?
Yeah, he built his own
Yeah.
landing pad
A
basically.
barge. That was cool.
Yeah, helicopters, you have to be basically extremely wealthy or work for somebody because nobody wants to insure helicopter people.
Yeah, I saw an interesting video about that with a guy that he flies the Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not cheap. The trick is that if you can somehow use it in a business,
Right.
then it makes sense, which is something I would do. I already, I mean, what could you do? What business could you do with that?
High seas aerial surveying. Yes, that's what
Well,
I do.
yeah, it would be airport scenery,
There you go. Yeah.
because you can use it to go get reference.
Yeah, that's true.
And so you're traveling for business, you can write all that off.
Man, I need new controls. These are cutting out on me on takeoff.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, you got, Bravo wiring?
No. I've got old Satec X52s. They're like 20 years old.
Gotcha. Yep,
I finally got a dead zone in them about 2 months ago, so my roll rate is expedited in one direction and slow as fuck in the other.
oh geez, yep. I somehow managed to survive with the CH pedals and yoke for 2 decades plus, and they still were good when I gave them away.
Wow. Rip. R.I.P. y'all.
You died?
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. I died. Insane.
I hope that they're able to depict wave movement a little bit better in the new sim to kind of get a better visual on
Yeah.
where how the wind's moving and stuff across the water.
Yeah, I
If they
hope
could
so.
just smooth it out. Yeah, if they could just get the damping right and make it feel, the plane needs more weight in the water so that it's not bobbing.
Yeah.
Right.
And so that's the thing, they gotta add that, somehow get that weight, that buoyancy stuff figured out. Come on, girl. Get up there.
And people disappeared.
I'm
Or
coming
maybe
back.
it was just Selkie.
Yep, I'm coming back.
Yeah, Soki's probably.
I had a little issue there. I don't know exactly what happened, cause not really sure. It told me I crashed into the water, but I did not crash into the water. I probably had like maybe 100 feet a minute or something.
The sim is
Mm.
just not good at detecting like actual like damage and things like that.
Yeah,
So
and
it's,
it
No.
was just like,
it's
blah, blah.
yeah.
It just kicked me to the curb. That's what it did.
Yeah, that's why a lot of third-party devs are just like turn damage off. It's just gonna ruin your experience.
Yeah, agreed.
I had it on because of yesterday, so
That makes sense. Yeah.
yeah. Let's see if I can need to click this. Where are we headed now?
Next one is 8-3. 8 Mike November 3.
Got it.
Breezy Point.
I don't know why, but today this autopilot does not want to keep an altitude. Will always try to push me into the ground.
Yeah, mine is killing me.
Yeah.
Fucking trim is going nuts.
It will hold course, but it will not keep altitude.
Down, yo. Down. Got it.
Nose up.
So I guess one of the reasons why I like the 530, I mean, I love my 752, but 530, I just went through King's course for the 530, and there's actually a lot of stuff in the Sim 530 that a lot of people don't even realize.
Yeah, it does a lot. They did a good job with it. That's what I think is so cool is we have a real working 530 in here now.
Yeah.
Like there's tons of stuff you can do with it, which I was been wanting for a long time. Because previously you had to go out and buy like a Reality XP gauge, right? A separate thing that had all that built in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like you can do VNAV stuff with it, and I mean, yeah, it's super powerful.
I've got the Flight Sim Builder, and basically what I was doing was I'd go through a little section of the class, and then I would fire a sim up and be like, okay, is this stuff even available? And I was shocked at how much is actually you can do with it. I didn't even know about OBS and being able to shoot a line off the freaking runway. Man, that's so cool.
Oh yes. That was really helpful.
I guess it's not actually off the runway, it's from the center of the airport, but still.
So,
Oh, we're gonna land on an actual runway here, aren't we?
Yep.
Okay.
Put your wheels
We
down.
got gear. Yeah, that's what I was gonna just say. Gear down.
I do
That
wish they
stopped
would have.
real quick.
I do wish they would have put the airspace in there.
Uh-huh.
That would have been cool. So you can send you a message when you're getting ready to enter airspace.
Right.
Quite the crosswind, it looks like, or maybe it's a headwind. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But
From where I'm at, it looks like it's gonna be a crosswind, but I don't know. I'm still up above about 2,000
holy
feet.
fuck!
it's actually more of a headwind for me at least, but still, I've been bouncing all over the place today, so...
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a little bumpy today.
Yeah, it's really
is.
bumpy. That was bumpy.
All right.
Yeah, left quartering, about 10 knots. Now it's gusting to 15.
Okay, I'm dying here.
Okay, we're down. Woo! That was spicy, huh?
Yeah.
I'm down, but I don't know how.
Come on.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, there we go.
turned too early there.
That's good.
A little too late. Yep. Especially with that wind blowing. Ooh. All kinds of twos. Too far, too low, too
Right.
too bumpy. Freaking thing is bouncing everywhere.
Yeah. That's what I'm finding too. I'm just like all over the place here.
Oh, I am all over. I'm probably gonna go under here. Oh. I'm just gonna fire it up and go. Sorry.
It's alright.
I'm getting that sticky ground problem. Plane will not move.
Going long here. Whoa!
Oh jeez. I did not expect the ground to be right there.
Alright, I'm clear.
Why can't I get this thing rolling? There it goes. Jeez.
That actually
Probably
was
just
a horrible
sandblasted somebody.
Rip. Alright.
Is everyone down?
I think so.
Okay. We'll call it 15.
10 minute. Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. What we got here?
Does this thing have a GPU that comes with it?
I
remember.
don't believe so. No.
Alright, well, we'll just leave it on.
Yeah.
See if I can drain the battery. Okay, what's that beeping?
Like, you don't have any power.
Oh, come on. What's causing that ding dong? I remember there's a trick to that, isn't there?
Sometimes you can hit the alerts key
Yeah, I
on
did that.
and that didn't do anything. Um, shit, I can't remember.
Yeah, I know. There's something that you can do to shut that the hell up.
What is Echo 19?
Is there a circuit breaker I can pull?
Maybe.
Let's see here. What do we got?
What is Echo 19 doing with parallel 42? Curious.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Avionics.
I haven't flown the 35 in forever, and I booted that up just before hopping over here just to kind of test some ground sounds on it. Sounds really good.
What's that?
The F-35, because he just.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't flown it since he did the sound
Right.
updates for it.
Yeah, and then and they did some. The dev has done several updates to it. I haven't either.
I know they reworked a lot how the autopilot system and everything works, and
Right.
although they've changed how you set up the off-bore
Yeah.
heads-up display, I haven't figured out how to turn that on yet again. But I've only messed with it for a few minutes.
This is like leaving your keys in the ignition and the door's open. Good Lord.
Right?
Let's go take a look at their Discord. See. I know there's a way to shut that thing up. I just. Ah, found it. Fuel tank shut off. Got to turn the fuel tanks off, but you can still keep power on the plane. Now, will I have enough juice to start it?
That's the question.
Where we need like We need another little gadget. It's like the GPU at any airport.
Right.
You can just, it's like, call it and hook it in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. They may implement something with the tablet that they're working on, but
Yeah. I can see that. That was one of the things that bugged me with the Cowan 500 was in X-Plane, he's got the GPU stuff for it. So you can actually use the GPU. And he's got the little socket on the right, excuse me, right seat, like the next to the right seat of the frame. There's a box down there. That's where the power inlet is, and you just plug it in there. And that he had all that stuff in X-Plane. I was kind of bummed that we didn't get that. I mean, it didn't even get modeled, which I was surprised. I'm like, why did you take that out?
yeah, it's weird.
Guess I'll go run traffic patterns for like an hour after this.
Yeah, I gotta test the 10 and 14, and I'll figure out a flight for tonight.
Yeah. I think I still got some good stuff on the list. Let's see.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
You ready?
Let's see.
So,
Manila to Hong Kong.
Manila to Hong Kong. It's 2 hours.
Yep.
Have to see if we got some scenery for that. I think I might have scenery for Manila, but
Also, Port-au-Prince to Havana. It might be a pretty good one.
All right. I didn't drain the battery.
Excellent.
Cool.
I'm gonna get on the runway here.
$90-mile-an-hour headwind should be able to just take off.
Yeah, she just kind of came right up off the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even have to try. Jesus.
Alright, anyway. Oh,
Jesus.
jeez. Should have just stopped trying to talk.
easy, not too much.
I see. You're up.
I'm rolling. All right. We're up clear. Turn crosswind.
Why is the ground sticky?
Yeah, I know. You gotta full throttle it to get it to roll. It's ridiculous.
Uh-oh, Waylon.
Yep.
Alright, we can pull the power back a little bit here.
Gear is unsafe. Check gear. Gear is water landing. Gear is up for water landing.
Navigraph just crashed. Random.
Really?
Yeah.
Like you're running the Windows app, or?
Yeah, I was deleting some old flight plans out of there, and it's like, nope, it just crashed out. That's weird, but okay.
Oh. Excuse me. Oh, I gotta get this Toby to work. If I pull the yoke and I'm using my flight stick, I can use it because it doesn't get in the way. Then I can have it on the bottom of the monitor. But I tried to mount it up top, and I used a webcam that I have, and just
Can you?
so it could tilt down towards me, but I'm too far away from it. My head's too far away from it, apparently.
What if
So-
you? I think Silky, you tried that too, didn't you? Putting it on the top of your monitor.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you flip it upside down?
No. You
It
can,
doesn't-
but it's not, yeah.
I just didn't know if the cameras were oriented in such a way that it, you know.
No, the bottom of the camera, so like when you have it mounted to the bottom of your panel,
Yeah.
bottom of the camera is like, the pickup is like flat. It's not a cone.
Right.
So,
Oh, it's just straight out.
yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, and see, that's why I tilted it down, so it's tilted perfectly when I look up at it. But
Or at least
I
that
just-
was my experience. It was just,
yeah,
yeah.
it's like it doesn't have enough range. And
Yeah, it's-
I
so
suspect
would-
that, like, the Track IR, the reason it worked is because you had the receiver that you would have to wear.
See, that's weird because I can walk into my compute in my office
Uh-huh.
and like the door is like, I mean, it's probably a solid 10 feet away, and it picks me up and starts moving all over the place the moment I walk in the door to my office if I leave it on.
Interesting.
I mean, I know it's not super accurate that way, right? But you
So,
know, like
Yeah.
it's definitely picking me up that far away.
My problem was when I put it on top, that, you know, obviously that flat part shot straight over top of my head because the monitor's too tall.
Mhm.
So
Uh-huh.
it shot straight over top of my head, so it's not picking anything up. You can flip it upside down and make it pick you up, but there's no way to invert that inside the software.
Oh, it'll turn you upside down in there. That's right.
Could
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
could you do that could you invert it using OpenTrack though?
Oh, interesting.
That's what
I-
I'm using right now. I'm using
Yeah.
OpenTrack and the Tobii as the camera because the OpenTrack allows you to I can't remember what exactly the option is, but so like normal Tobii, the way it operates, like if you to turn your head to the side and like lean forward like you're trying to look out the side window, or like kind of like it doesn't
Yep.
interpret that movement. Like
Yeah.
it still thinks that's the side of your head. So like without OpenTrack, if you turn your head and lean forward like you were trying to like lean towards the panel to look out the window, the Tobii with its stock software interprets that as your head moving just towards the screen as if you're still looking at it. So it like it like it like zooms in towards that window rather than leaning forward towards the panel to get a better
Mhm.
angle out the window. So there was a guy on YouTube that was like, no, what you want to do, he's like, because he bought the Tobii and he was really frustrated with it because it didn't interpret his head movements correctly. But he found if he ran the OpenTrack software using the Tobii as the camera source, he could basically fine tune all that stuff and add extra options to it. And that's what I'm doing with
I'm
mine.
gonna look that up right now.
Let me.
Because I wonder. You just stated that you could get your
It's called relative translation, is what it's called. That's the option that's called. It's called relative translation.
Yeah, I want to find this guy's video on how to set it all up because I wonder if that's why if that would help the tracking too. Like it would pick me up finally because it's not using the native software. I don't want to use the eye tracking. I just want the head tracking.
I don't use eye tracking on mine
Yeah,
at
it's
all.
not what I want. But
It's
if it recognizes you coming into a room, I wonder if it's because you're running OpenTrack and it has a better fidelity of some type. I don't know.
that I'm not sure.
Because I used it with that Grass Monkey one that I have. Because I have the Grass Monkey head tracker, and it was okay. It works pretty well for the money. Works really well. But it's just annoying having to wear that stupid thing, and sometimes it would bug out, and it doesn't like it in the daytime unless I cover up the window behind my sim.
Let me see. Tobii OpenTrack.
Yeah,
Nice.
I don't think it's available the invert in OpenTrack, and the only reason I say that is because I know I was running OpenTrack, and I think I tried everything I could to get it to work from the top and just could not. But I may be wrong about that. Definitely double check.
Let me see if I can find this video. Because the guy sent me a message. Because I sent him. And now I'm trying to remember how I find that. Because I'm trying. Let's see. Bike videos. I'm looking.
Thanks.
Trying to see if I can find it. That's not it. Maybe it's under my much later list. Let's see.
So does that mean that like the software that comes with the Tobii, you have to like turn it off or something if you're going to do the OpenTrack?
Well, so No,
or does it
I
kind of
don't-
work together?
It kind of works together, but it overrides like the sim. Like I think I like because I've tried like if you try to run the sim without once you are running open track, like
It
even
won't
if it's
do it,
not
yeah.
running, like it even with even if you don't have it activated for some reason, like I can't like start the sim up and have the Toby work anymore. I have to have open track.
That's what I ran into when I first put it in, because I had OpenTrack already installed, and it's that driver is causing that because it's overriding it. So that's why you don't get the head tracking options in the menus.
Right.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Everything's still there, but it just doesn't do anything.
Right. Yep. I got you. Yep.
So,
That's cool. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna tinker with that today, because if I could get this to work, that would be sweet. Because I know this is a really good system. It's just my setup is not ideal. I mean, I was gonna get VR, but I'm still trying to decide on which one, and so it's an investment, and I don't want to pull the trigger until I've really truly gonna be happy.
Yeah, no, I get that.
And I'm trying to decide too, do I really want to spend the bucks right now, or do I want to kind of go as cheap as I can, like, and then the new Sim's coming, so it's like maybe I just wait.
Right.
I actually love VR. VR is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I know that I've used it before, it's just the quality wasn't good enough for me, so.
Yeah.
But I mean, for like GA and helicopters, and it'll be like a must-have.
Yeah. I've got the Quest 3, which is
That's what I was gonna probably get.
yeah, it's worth it. Definitely
Yeah.
nice. I right now, I'd say hold off right now because they just released an update. Meta released an update for the Quest 3, and basically it broke something with OpenXR Toolkit and the sim. So my sim would not start. I mean, it would start, but it would crash on the opening screen. And that's what it ended up being. If you get rid of the OpenXR Toolkit, then the Quest 3 will work with it. But to have really good quality with the Quest 3, you either need to have OpenXR Toolkit or Virtual Desktop, and Virtual Desktop's another $20 or $30 to get that. So I haven't put Virtual Desktop back on and tried it with that yet, but the Pancake lenses in. So I ran Quest 2, the Reverb G2, and the Quest 3 now. And the Quest 3 is leaps and bounds beyond the Reverb. It looks incredible. The only thing I would say is I don't know how much better the light version of the Crystal is.
That's the other one I was looking at.
Yeah, I don't know how much better the light version of the Crystal is. I would really like to be able to put that on and check it out, see what it's all about. Because I mean, I'm gonna run wired anyway, so.
Yeah, it looks really good, and everything I've heard and seen has been positive.
Yeah.
But the big screen beyond is another one that I looked at because of the form factor.
Yeah, because it's like weighs what, like 5 freaking grams or something like that. It's tiny, man.
Yeah,
I love it.
I know. That's the part that is really enticing, but it's at a cost.
Yeah, those 3, and out of those 3, I was like, you know what? The cheapest one out of these is the Quest 3. It's got the Pancake lenses, so I'll do that. And if it ends up being, a $500 brick, then I haven't lost so much compared
That's a good
to
point.
those other ones are, anywhere between $1,000 and $1,500 or whatever. And then
Yeah, the Crystal is like 8.
yeah, and
Oh,
but
the new one. Yeah.
I don't know if the Crystal does the Crystal require outside pickups, or is it like the Quest 3 where it's all built into the headset?
All built in.
Okay. So
Yeah,
that's
it's,
not bad
yeah,
then.
yeah, it's cool. It's like 850 or something, close to 900, I guess.
Yeah,
I'd have to
that's
go
not
look
too
again.
bad.
And it's a pre-order, so it'd take a
Yeah.
while. Whereas you
And
can
I,
just go on Amazon and get a Quest in like 3 days.
yeah.
So I'm probably leaning that way just because. Get a good battery pack for the back. There's one that seems to be quite popular. So you can be fully wireless
Yeah.
and have the juice. And I know my specs will run it, so
Definitely now with what they got out compared to what stuff used to be previous generation, what they have out now is absolutely amazing. I mean, as far as like in-sim, the way it looks, you know, it used to be you're in a glass cockpit and it's really hard to read the numbers and everything. They fixed a lot of that. A lot of that's a whole lot better than it used to be.
I dropped that link for that video in the chat
you.
there. Yep.
Thank you. Sweet. Well, fingers crossed.
It's
If it
worth
doesn't work,
trying.
it doesn't work. You know, it's not the end of the world.
You're gonna make me go dig my Toby out, aren't you?
I mean, I can look here and see options.
You know,
Ooh,
just
it's
really,
flying this
Axis
bit.
assignment, it's got inverts for pitch, roll, yaw, X, Y,
Yeah.
and Z.
does
Yeah.
Yeah.
it might do it.
But I'm trying to understand what flipping the thing over would do for you.
I don't
So-
know if the way that it's, well, yeah, the way that Silky explained it is that it only seems like it's like it's not a cone-shaped output, it's like flat. So if sticking it
so
on top, it just shoots over your head.
Yeah, so if you stick it on the top, the bottom part of it just goes flat straight over top of your head and never
Unless
sees
you're
you.
angling it, right. Which
So,
I've
but if
done with mine.
okay,
Yeah, I've angled mine down because what I did is I have a webcam up there
Mhm.
and you can angle it. And so what I did is I took the mount, that plastic mount that comes with the Toby, and I stuck it on top of the webcam, and then I used the webcam and I can tilt it, and it tilts the Toby down.
okay.
But
Well,
it's
if-
not picking me up because I must be too far away. I'm at least 2.5 feet. My head's about 2.5 feet away from it at least.
That
Maybe
should
30
still be,
inches.
that should more, like, cause I'm,
Okay,
like, I
something's
mean,
wrong, man.
I'm like 5 feet away from mine right now. Like, I just scooted my chair all the way back, and
Oh wait.
it's getting weird. You know, I would have to like recalibrate it to be this far away. But like, it's still like it's moving. It's just really exaggerated movements.
Huh. Yeah, it's not picking me up. Maybe it's not tilted enough. Maybe that's
I
what
just-
it was. It wasn't
I
tilted
just
enough.
checked mine. Mine's like 2.5 feet away from me. It's on the bottom of my monitor though. It picks me up just
Okay,
fine.
you know what? I got it working. Holy shit. It just needed to be tilted more.
Yeah.
Holy shit balls.
that flat bottom, whatever.
Yeah, so if
the-
you can tilt yours, if you could get something like a mount that you could tilt it, then I
Yeah.
think you'd be good. Oh, sweet. All right, now I just got to tune the...
The only other thing I've seen
Activity.
people do is they've gotten a secondary mount, like a remote mount for it that sits underneath their monitor, but like if they've got like controls and stuff in front of their monitor, they can set it on top of the controls, or you know, give it enough height to shoot over the top of the controls.
That's what I would need to do, but the problem
Yeah.
then is because the screen, because I run a 43-inch 4K, and so the bottom of the screen sits down, because I have it mounted, hard mounted. I run the 80/20 extruded
Right.
aluminum. You know, I got the whole sim rig thing, and so I have just enough room where my yoke is connected, because it's all modular, so I can pull stuff out, use different peripherals. So
Right.
it's just sitting maybe a half an inch above that, And so where the Toby would mount is below, like the yoke basically interferes with it.
Yeah.
When you turn it, it blocks the camera. And so it's kind of funny. But anyway, I think I fixed it. This is pretty sweet.
Nice.
Yeah. So you really, it's the angle of the camera, like you're saying, it's crazy. It's really straight.
Yeah.
There's no, it's like a really small FOV, it seems. I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah.
All right,
but-
well, this is great.
Yeah, when I put it on the top, I was like, really? It's not picking me up? What kind of crap is this? And it took me a little while to figure it out. I was like, you know what? They got this thing so it's shooting straight out across the bottom.
I'm still going to look at the OpenTrack solution because it seems like I might be able to dial it in a little bit better from what you're saying.
Yeah. That's where
Yeah,
to go.
if you're running that that relative translation, that helps. It's either Toby's got a new, they've implemented a new version of the software that's working with certain other sims like Star Citizen, stuff like that, where it's got like acceleration and things like that, where it kind of knows like if you're trying to look to one side or if you're just kind of like inside the cockpit, and it's more intuitive than what it is now, but it's not supported by this sim, at least not yet. So
Yeah.
but I think you would still want to, like, once you get the Toby where you want it to be and it's at least picking you up, I think you would want to run the Toby Experience software to get
Rerun it.
aligned to where it is now. And
That's
so
what I'm going to do.
it'll at least know that.
Yeah.
And
I'm with you.
then you can, like, if you want, because it's still going to use that, I think, as kind of like a general like calibration. But
Yeah.
then you'll want to use the OpenTrack software for that extra tuning.
Yep, makes sense.
It's got the second tank dry.
Trying to catch up a little bit here. I'm going to cut the corner and go straight to 96.
Yeah, my ground speed's about 116. That's wide open.
You kind of left me in the dust back there. I got kind of turned around when we took off at the other airport. I was
I'm
like,
guessing I've got yeah, I was like, I was gone.
everybody's going in the opposite direction. Wait a second. No, then it's too late.
Yeah.
You're not alone in that. Took me also way too long to figure out it was actually going backwards, but okay.
I was
that
like,
makes
wait
sense.
a second. I picked the wrong waypoint in the
Yeah.
GNS. That was not good.
I was having so much trouble with the altitude control in the autopilot, so that I didn't really look at where I was going. I thought, okay, the autopilot is gonna keep me in the right direction, but I forgot that in an all you need to be near to the magenta track so that it can actually do track.
Yep. Sometimes all that crap is like trying to figure out a puzzle.
Yeah, I've got that Sci-Tech or Logitech radio stack, and I got it working with Flight Sim once, but it's so finicky, and I can never get it to work right, and it's a shame because it's really cool to have. but it won't stay. It won't stay powered up for some reason, and I've tried everything.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. My buddy when I first started playing 2020, well, me and him started playing at the same time. And he sent me the autopilot. Well, was it Logitech or was it before? I don't know if mine's branded Cytec or Logitech. I'm not sure. But it's the autopilot control panel, and it worked for like a couple months, and then like it just really had like they did some updates to the sim, and it just never worked right. Again, you basically have to go in and do that X's and O's or whatever the different software is to basically completely remap everything. You know what I mean?
That you shouldn't. Yeah, that's so annoying.
You shouldn't have to do that. So I just said screw it. So it's just sitting on the shelf.
Yep, mine's sitting too, and it works fine. Like if you plug it in and do the test with the software, it works fine. It's not the unit. It, like you're saying, it's something with the sim.
Yeah,
And I think to get it to work, you got to go through those hoops. Like
you got to remap
using that or a Spad Next or whatever.
Yeah, I was either Spad Next or
yeah. I was like mad.
I was using Spad Next for a little while, and I was like, you know what, this is not worth even the trouble. I mean, just
yeah, it's just time. You got to spend all this time messing with it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just want to go fly. So, time.
It makes me want, like, how do those? I'm curious how like those FMCs and McDo's that they're going to be coming out with, how those are going to work. If you're going to have to run some crazy software to run those, or how those will.
But like, I mean, I've got that. So an example of something that works great is the Mini FCU. I use the Airbus.
Got that. Right, yeah.
It works fine. It works great. I love it. And you can flash it to make it work with Boeings and stuff like that, which I don't. That's again, it's more trouble. I don't want to go back and forth, and you know, I don't want to be flashing stuff all the time because you never know if there's an error and then it freaking bricks the board, and no, not doing it.
Well, and I mean, Windwing's coming out with those cheap setups sometimes.
I know, I saw that.
So
I know, yeah.
And I was gonna build a Boeing flight management computer, and I was gonna have Carbon do the 3D printing, and like I was like, man, it's a lot of work. Like I was gonna buy everything, and you know, because I was like, that could be a kind of a fun project, because I haven't done any like real wiring and stuff since I stopped doing avionics work, you know, almost 8 years ago now. Yeah. And I was like, that could kind of be fun to kind of get back to my roots and doing that stuff, you know. And then Windwings like showed that, you know, at Flight Sim Expo. I was like, man, I can't even begin to like build it for that cost. Like
it's insane. Yeah, well,
like,
I mean,
no way.
Are they outsourcing it to China?
Well, I'm sure they are.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
that's fine as long as it's, you know, decent, because they've got the FCU too, right? The one they did the Airbus one, and my understanding is that thing's pretty
thin
reasonable.
Panel one. Yeah, they did that thin panel one, and I think that it's. I mean, of course, like with any product, you know, you do have some batches that aren't great, but I haven't heard like anything like, oh my god, this thing is just a giant pile of shit.
Right.
So.
Yep. Yeah, I might look into that.
So yeah, I'll be eyeing that if I stop buying gun shit.
Gun shit?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Been there, done that.
Yeah,
Still do it.
Yeah. I just randomly was like, I want a 308. I've been wanting a 308 for a long time.
Nice.
And so I finally decided to finally buy one. Like, and so I ended up getting a Bagheera B14 HMR in 308. And it's basically like a Remington 700 that's been completely dressed up, you know, for
that's
like
what I have.
For like precision shooting, because I guess the 700, like, because I was looking at like the SPSs and stuff like that, and I guess like just the general Remington quality has really fallen off quite a bit. So I was like, okay, well, what else is there out there in the 700 action? And I started like looking on the precision long range shooting subs and stuff like that, and they're all like if you're just starting off, like Bagheera, which they're a Spanish company out of Spain, is really good. And then there's another one, Ika, which is another really good one. So I went and looked at these Bagheeras, and really nice stocks. They've got a mini chassis in them, so they're super rigid. Adjustable cheek rest, heavy barrel, mag fed. Just really nice. It's basically like all the stuff you would do to like a 700, like if you didn't buy it purpose built, like basically all the stuff that you would do like to kind of upgrade it is already done. So that cost me about $1,000 for the gun. And then I just kind of like fell down a rabbit hole. Like I've got a buddy that works out at Vortex Optics here, and I've basically got the friends and family discount out there, so I've got some really nice stuff from him.
Yeah,
for
I've got one of those on
fraction.
my AR.
Yeah, I got some of that stuff at a fraction of the cost. And then,
So I built a Remington up. I bought a stock Remington 7. This was a number of years ago. I bought the 700 AAC SD, basically the one that law enforcement uses.
Yep.
Put a muzzle flash on it. Did the mag pull stock.
Yep.
With 5 round magazine, I believe.
Yep.
I didn't do the oversized bolt, but I did a really nice Nikon scope on it, and then I've got a Caldwell tripod.
Yeah.
And it's really nice for long range shooting. Does a really nice job.
Yeah. Yeah, this it's a Vortex Viper. It's 5 to 25 magnification.
That's cool.
It's like a PTST Gen 2, I think is what it is. And yeah, I just got like an Atlas bipod system, which is basically what U.S. like Special Forces teams and stuff use. Really nice bipod system. And then the new thing in precision shooting is Arca rails. It's like the stuff that is like kind of like the rail mounts that they've been using for photography and stuff for years, like the top of the tripod shoes and stuff like that. It's like an Arca system. So the shooting world has gotten into those. So like they'll make like 5, 10, 14-inch rails that you can put on the bottom of your stock, and you can have your bipod at one end, and you can shift that all the way from the end of the stock to basically up to the mag well for better positioning or whatever. Or you can throw, you can have your tripod or your bipod still at the end, and you can throw it on a tripod mount too if you want to. Like it's really awesome system.
Wow.
So yeah. But yeah, I just kind of fell down the rabbit hole with that stuff recently.
Easy
and
to do.
Yeah, I was like, Jesus Christ, this got a lot more expensive than I anticipated real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a fun hobby.
Yep.
I built a really nice AR a few years ago. Bought all the parts separate, and it's a fun project. Shoots like a dream.
Yeah. I've got one, like half the parts are one, and then I've got a fully set up SIG Patrol 516, which is nice. But
Yeah,
that thing's heavy as shit. Got a full quad rail on it and everything. I've had to find a specialty machined just top rail with M-locks on the side. Okay, let's see. I suppose I should try and land on water at least once.
good lord. This wind.
I'm not gonna do it again.
You're like, nope,
Nope.
no.
Nope. 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 I did turn the crash detection off though.
Yeah, good call there.
Yeah.
Good call.
Let me turn that off before I port.
Yeah. Extra. Hit her up. Ugh. Wish that hopefully they get some more updates on this. What the hell is it? Fucking lossless scaling. I like it, it works better than FrameGen, but it's still got some really noticeable ghosting in certain parts.
I turned all that off actually. I
So,
went back.
Yeah, I've tried all that too, and I've gone back to just not using anything.
I went.
Yeah.
Right now I'm running DX11 and then the NVIDIA whatever it is that on quality. What do they call it? DSSL or
DLS,
something?
DLSS.
Yeah, DLSS.
Yeah, I used the lossless scaling once, and I was like singing its praises, and then after that, it never worked again. Like it was just
Oh, that's weird.
super mushy and like, yeah, I don't know how to explain it.
That is weird.
It is, yeah.
It's like
I know
looking through Jello.
there was another update for it recently, but are we gonna
I cannot
grab?
get this thing to turn, man. It's stuck here in this little.
It's the wind.
Yeah,
Wind vanning really bad.
it is terrible. I've got the rudders down too, but it's just being a.
Yeah.
There we go. I got it. I just had to go a different way because I don't have enough of a takeoff from here. I can't make that.
Freaking 24 knot gusting wind.
Right. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, the only reason I don't I don't know. I still get a lot of hitching and stuff if I don't run something. And FrameGen, well, I mean, yeah, I could turn down my graphics settings, I guess, you know. I just get anal about that because when I start turning down terrain lot, I get annoyed that I can see the tree line popping in.
Yeah.
So I FrameGen is alright, but I get a lot of ghosting. A lot more than I do with lossless scaling, so.
Yeah, I couldn't get the lossless scaling working with my setup.
Yeah, that's weird.
It didn't like something.
Hmm.
And I mean, I'm not doing anything special. I'm running a 4K monitor.
Right.
You know, I think my res is like 3840 by 2160.
Yeah, that's what mine is.
Yeah, and
I'm hoping
Yeah,
that if
hard.
they offload a lot of this with multi-core in the new sim that I won't have to worry about it.
That's right.
You know, it's like that's
Right.
the biggest bottleneck right now with the sim is
It
just all
is.
that single
100%
core.
agree. Yep.
So if
Yep,
they can
I'm with
get
you.
that sorted out, we should be okay. A lot better anyway.
I think the only thing that I really wish was different with mine is I wish I had some more VRAM with the. I mean, the 4070 Ti is alright, but yeah, I think if I'd have went with a 4090, then I would have been much better off.
That's
Say 4070 Ti. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I-
what I'm running to.
yeah.
I
it's
run
pretty
out of
good, but-
VRAM on my 4080.
Do you?
Yeah, like
Uh.
that's one of the reasons I stopped using FrameGen, because you just reminded me of it. And I know I've seen it happen to Carbon too in the stream.
Yeah.
Is running FrameGen in like certain heavy aircraft or heavy
Double
airports
the-
and stuff.
Double the
If-
VRAM.
If you like, it'll be fine if you're looking straight ahead, but as soon as you go out to the external or you look too fast in the cockpit, the whole camera system just like goes kind of crazy and starts jittering everywhere, and
Yep.
that's hitting a VRAM limit. You have to disable FrameGen and let it offload, and then you re-enable FrameGen and it's fine again.
Okay, I've seen that. I had that happen probably too.
That's what it is. You're hitting the VRAM limit.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't use any of that. I just turn it all off. I've backed my settings down to just high, and then I bumped up I think I bumped up the terrain and the other to like 150. I'm trying to
Actually
live with
run-
that for now.
I run mine is a mix in between medium and ultra.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty
Yeah,
much-
so I think there's stuff you can run in ultra that really doesn't really hit it too hard.
No.
Yeah.
Um,
I think my choice was okay. I'm gonna take medium, and then I'll run the really important stuff at ultra, like texture synthesis and stuff like that.
Right.
And yeah, I'll just crank all of that all the way up. And I got my LODs at what, like 115, 120. So, and it seems to do pretty good. And then, like I said, I run stuff that I really don't pay much attention to, like the shadows and stuff like that. I run all that set on medium, and it still looks pretty good. So,
Oh, give me those ray trace shadows, Asobo. I cannot wait.
as soon as the 5090 comes out, it's going in my machine. I'm not playing around.
Yeah, I'm building a new computer this later, sometime after the new sim comes out, probably in the spring.
It was like I spent all that money on this rifle build so far, and I'm like, yesterday I was like, man, I could have built a really awesome computer with that.
Right? It's always a
saw-
struggle. Hobbies,
saw-
man.
I saw AMD just came out with or doing another X3D.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, man, it's like a 9 something versus the 7950. It's like a 9050 or 9950 X3D or something that they're coming out with. I'm like, oh my god. And
Yeah,
dude, I spent $800 on my CPU, dude. There's no way I'm gonna buy another one in a year.
Well, I'm maxed out on the AM4 socket. I'd have to upgrade
Yeah.
everything to go any higher. So
That was what pushed me over the edge. Was, you know what, I got the 58, whatever it was, 5850 X3D, and I finally decided, yep, we're just gonna go for it.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a full swap. It's time to cycle out my other machine I use for dev, and then I also use it for my driving sim that I have behind my flight sim. I'm gonna swap this whole unit out, and that'll
Yeah.
be the new unit for both of those. And then that thing that I'm using for that stuff, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll probably sell it. It's a decent computer. I think it's got a 2080 Ti in it, and I can't remember what series. It's an i7 something.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
And of course, everybody's like, "Oh no, not Intel." I mean, that one's fine, that's an older one. But now, like, it's just funny, like, everybody's like, "Nope, I want nothing to do with Intel." No.
I wonder why. Are you saying those 13s and 14, the new ones?
The new ones,
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
like
it
they're
is.
like they're just
They're having,
Good.
are they having
they're
issues?
just
Oh,
there's
yeah,
nothing they can
yeah.
do to fix them. Like they're flawed, and
Oh, geez.
no software or anything will fix it. It's like a
That's a
hardware
big-
level flaw.
Big screw up.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm running the
Major.
10990 on mine still. So that's what I run.
Yeah.
And it's solid. I mean, it does pretty good. I think I've got 64 gigs of RAM. Either 64 or 32, I can't remember.
Yeah, I upgraded to 64 earlier in the year.
I've actually only put 48 on this one, but it's a good 48.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically my bottleneck is the VRAM. That's where I'm stuck at.
Yeah, I might have to think about that when I go to build mine. Like, do I really want to go back to AMD again after years not using it? I used theirs years ago. I don't know.
I guess it'll depend on what happens with Intel after
I
with
mean, I
the
could,
next series
you know,
chips.
I could kind of not go cutting edge on that part of it and get like a 12 series or whatever they are. I don't think those
Mhm.
had problems.
No, it's
Stay
just
away
like
from
these
the new
newer.
ones.
It's their
Yeah.
newer ones they just
Yeah.
came out with.
Stay away from those, and they'll be cheaper if I do it that way. And then I can put a monster video card in it, and then hopefully with the stuff they're doing with the optimizations to the new sim and offloading more to the cloud and what you were talking about, multi-threading, that should be a sufficient spec to run it
You
really
would hope
nicely.
so.
Yeah, exactly.
I've actually been super impressed with the X3D. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Those extra levels of cache on the CPU are incredible.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to seriously think about it and not, keep it as an option.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got here? We got an actual
runway.
Yeah, it's paved.
coming around.
Yeah, I think wind is blowing right down the runway, so we should be good.
Yeah, was it like about a 3-0?
See what it's
Something like
saying.
that.
3-2.
Okay, yeah, I thought it was something like that.
Wind is blowing 323 at 14 knots.
A little bouncy, but not bad. Ooh.
Hopefully I'm not cutting anybody off here. Nope, you're good.
She got crazy right there at the end here.
Let's take a look here. What is this? Bagley? Is that what this is? Yep,
Oh,
Bagley.
okay.
So yes.
Up. Flat. Flat, 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 flat. Nice. It's so hard to remember to instead of doing the flare.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, whoa, there's the runway. I'm
Yeah.
like sitting there flaring because I'm so used to doing
Yeah.
that. Son of a bitch. Kind of wants me to do a turbo beaver mod.
That'd be cool, man.
I know. I saw that electric beaver out at Oshkosh. That was
Oh,
kinda
really?
what that Harbor Air is doing. Yeah.
Oh, that's
They-
rad.
They boxed her all up and shipped her out, and I didn't get to see it fly. I've seen videos and stuff of it, but yeah, they had the mock-up that had like the bit, I guess you'd call it, engine or whatever, and power distribution boxes and stuff like that in it, which is kind of cool. I guess with the batteries, it weighs as much as basically a fully loaded, like a Beaver with full fuel, I guess is what they were saying. So it was interesting.
That's really weird. I got icy in the amphib, and then 8 is not in the amphib.
I got them both in bush tires.
Freaking-
Oh, interesting. I'm running what's his name's liveries too, Doc's stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
that's
running one of
probably
Doc's
why.
liveries as well.
That's why I see you. Yeah. Yeah, you've got the gold, and that's a sharp one. I like that one. Like
Yeah.
a bronze gold.
How you
So
doing
what's
out there,
the?
Wayman?
Yeah, I took a bit of a detour. What's the range on the electric beaver or the endurance? I mean, can't be that great.
I don't think it's a lot. I think it's under 200 miles. I mean, it's fine for them because they're just using it like as the Harbor is just a taxi service, right? So they're not
Okay.
flying. They're not flying that far.
They're
you
like
know,
Okay.
15
so
minute hops.
yeah, they're not going that far. So it's working for them in that regard. I mean, they're not carrying passengers yet with it. They're still obviously doing a bunch of testing with it, but yeah, no, it should be interesting. As far as that stuff goes, I guess. But I don't know what the future for. I mean, long range. It's not going to be batteries. Obviously, there's nothing you can do about that, unless we have like a huge jump in battery technology or something like that.
Yeah. Stark Tech.
Yeah. I think it'll be some sort of like hydrogen or biofuel or something like that with high efficiency bypasses, and like that NASA one that they're working on, the X-55 or whatever with the high wing.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I'm surprised the aviation community hasn't gone after hydrogen.
Too heavy. Problem is first with hydrogen you have a very low energy density in volumetric terms, and you either have to store it cryogenically, or you have to have really high pressure. And in both cases, the tank is going to weigh a lot.
yeah,
Gotcha.
So that's why they're thinking more about synthetic aviation fuels, something basically a hydrocarbon like today, but from either biogenic sources or something where they produce hydrogen, then convert that to methanol, ethanol, whatever, and then do business as usual, because otherwise there's no way it can get over the weight penalty.
Gotcha. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I kind of work in that field, so I'm biased. Not aviation, but hydrogen and decarbonization of certain technologies. So
Right.
that's kind of my jam.
Interesting.
It's the
Yeah,
same
I
with,
think-
with ships. It's the same with ships, so they have the same problem. You can build an electric freighter, but then it will only carry its own battery, but no freight.
right. Didn't they just launch a testbed one that's using like these big
Sales.
sort of sails almost?
Yeah, these
I saw that.
rotating cylinders. Yeah, that's. But I think depending on who you talk, some people say it's replaced 90% of the engine, and others said 3. So I don't know how to calculate this, but
That's a hell of a wow.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a wide margin there.
I mean, if
Yeah.
they said one said 80, the other 90, okay, that's but 90 and 3 is a bit of a problem.
So
Right.
it sounds like maybe the producer is saying 90, and probably Exxon or BP is saying 3.
Yeah, but I mean, in a way, these data should be testable.
Similar.
So you should know if as long as you agree on how you calculate the efficiency or whatever, then you should end up with similar numbers. So
Let's see here. I'll throw a
let-
picture of that that engine in the chat since they had the cowlings off of it. Yeah, here we go. Let's do share this. Come on. Share.
So I see you were talking about the 170 earlier,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know. I think it was is it AOPA? I think they're the ones that did the sweepstakes last year, I
Mhm.
believe, on
Last
the
year,
170.
last
Yeah,
year,
that
yeah.
that really pretty one with the blue paint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the YouTube videos on them testing it after they got done with it?
Yeah, I watched those. Yeah.
So basically, they were trying to stall this thing out. I don't know what kind of like extra wing additions they did to the wings and whatever else, but they were trying to stall that thing out, and they were struggling to get it to stall.
Yeah.
It was extremely surprising. Man, I would love to see something like that in the sim. Just
It can be
incre-
done. It just needs it needs flight model, and I think you could do that kind of stuff. I mean, I think
Yeah.
Easy's project is a good example of that with the Cub, and yeah, I think I think the wings are extended a little. They have those
the tips on them, the whatever the,
and
the like,
yeah,
little
I think
tips.
it's an STC, right? So it's
Yeah.
they could put those on, and then is there something in the front that gives it a little bit more of a lip that I want to say it's a leading edge thing, but I could be wrong. I can't remember. I haven't seen the video in a while.
Yeah, and then of course they probably got. I'm sure that engine was
Yes.
It's a
Yeah.
what, a 570
yeah.
or something.
But
Because it was what was it doing? Like, is it 195 horsepower or something? I can't remember.
Yeah, it was pretty. I remember I was
yeah,
shocked
it was
for
stout.
170. I was like, whoa, that's
Yeah.
huge.
Super cool.
Yeah,
They're neat,
yeah.
man.
That
Like, I'd
particular
love
plane
to
was
do that
beautiful.
plane with the panel.
Yep.
Yeah, I see 9 posted some details on that electric Beaver, and then I got a shot of
cool.
the engine I posted in there too.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you might have posted that over in BLL.
I might have. I don't.
Yeah, I remember this now. That thing's wild.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's amazing.
Yeah, look at that. There's just
Yeah,
nothing there.
it sounds really weird when it's spun up like and flying by, like you still get that prop noise and that sounds normal, but like it's just the absence of the radio or even just the
Yeah.
Engine noise at all.
turbine. The turbine.
Yeah.
It's just it's weird. You get like that high pitched
Like a
Electric
vacuum
engine.
cleaner.
like the high pitched
Yeah.
electric motor sound. It's weird.
Flying vacuum.
Right. Right.
Pretty cool though.
Is that a
Yeah.
Eureka?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Brand
When
new
did Dyson get it? When did Dyson start making planes?
Yeah, no doubt, right?
Yeah. It was cool though.
The Dyson Beaver.
This guy really sucks. What just got delivered? Oh. Gun parts showed up.
More gun. I was just about to say.
I gotta-
look at
I
that
gotta
stuff.
go
grab those off the porch really quick.
Christmas time in the summer. Yeah, that 170. I really thought that was a nice. They did a great job on that. It was such a beautiful plane.
Yeah, it is. It's incredible, and I really like the panel of it. They didn't go all full out, go in
Yeah.
the cockpit and mess it up. They kept
Right.
some of the analog gauges, so it kept some of the authenticity to it.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, it's pretty
That's the
incredible.
character.
Yeah, that's what makes it cool.
Agreed.
I'd say that and the 140. Probably the 140 is one of my favorite, but of course you got in the sim you got the airplane heaven, which the sounds are just completely broken. But if you like the 140 and you have Boris 152 sounds, you can actually
Oh, do the
the-
Boris sounds? Do
do
they
what-
do? That's a good idea. Yeah.
152 Boris sounds, and that gets rid of the bleed over into other people's cockpits too, so you can fly it
Yep.
with other people and you don't have any issues. Yeah, if you got
Yeah.
the whatever they call that, the layout generator thingy,
Mm-hmm.
you can just throw in there and throw Boris sounds on it and pop the layout generator, and you're good to go.
No
I did that
way.
with mine. Yeah,
Okay, I'll check that out.
yeah.
That's a good idea. Thing to stay. Start.
Just gonna park right inside the wolf there, Waylon.
He did.
I mean, it's completely free here.
Oh, that's funny. Like I'm not showing up to him. That's funny.
No.
That's cool.
There was an empty spot in between the two cognacs, and I took it. I have proof.
Cool beans. That was a good run, guys. It was
Yeah.
fun.
That was a nice flight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. A little bumpy, but otherwise it's good.
I will see you guys on the flip side, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
sounds
Have a
good.
good one.
Outta here.
Yep.
Catch
take
you
care.
off,
later.
too.